Glad to have you. Happy Friday. Interesting.
I'm not seeing us live yet.
I see it. I see Luke's arm.
You see it. Fantastic. How about now?
Yeah. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. We got this rolling. We've got people jumping in. Excited for that. We're going to talk about the week. Just trying to get the comments on here. And then one of the cameras, I think, got moved over.
Yep,
Luke.
I see that.
Comments.
That middle one's got a real good view of you right now, though.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
You like that? Cool. Well, guys, we had a hell of a week.
Hello.
We had a massive launch of our Underground Scalper, which was really, really fun. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about some P&L. I want to know how we did for the week, whether the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to talk about some automations, but we got a lot to go over in plenty of time. So tell us about what the hell happened this week with the Scalper. What did we do this week that was so insane, gentlemen?
We launched a new indicator for our community. Goodness, was it Monday? A little bit?
I think technically it was like the end of last week, but we really threw some gasoline on it today, or this week.
Yeah, man. We have people that have been a part of our community for months that have been trying to find profitability, trying to find consistency, that started this week and, maybe got their first win or passed their first prop account in a week's time. I think right now, I looked at the stats before we came in, we're right around an 85% win rate with our recommended settings on gold. So I don't think we can make it any easier.
No, I mean, and there's a lot of indicators out there. There's a lot of different options for people as far as, I mean, like every other YouTube or every other Facebook thing I see is like, oh, check out this indicator, check out this indicator. You look at them and they're confusing as hell. They're, you feel like you need some sort of a PhD to even understand what the heck is going on. It looks like one of those like laser beam light shows, like one of those like EDM concerts.
Yeah. Million different
and you're
things
like, dude, this doesn't even look like TradingView.
Mm-mm.
So what we did for people, let's talk about the confluences a little bit. So we believe in really, really simple stuff. We believe in really, really crystal clear, 3 strikes, take the trade. And we've done that for people on this indicator. So it's hard to explain, maybe we'll throw up a picture at one point, but on the right-hand side of our screen, we have an EMA cross. I'm not going to tell you the settings, you'll steal my stuff. We have a stochastic RSI cross. And then we have some deviations off of VWAP that have to occur in the correct order in order for the thing to take a trade.
Mm-hmm.
So visually, what does that look like?
There's big red X's or there's a flame if it's what you want.
Flame means do it up, right?
Flame means good, X means no.
Yeah, crystal clear, right?
Crystal clear.
Crystal clear. We even have it set up where as these confluences are populating, it'll start to tell you, like, get ready, Jason, it's coming, baby. Like,
Keep your eyes peeled.
keep your eyes peeled. So it kind of gives people a heads up as far as, like, we're rocking and rolling, which is, I think, has been really helpful for people.
Big flashing neon light, man.
I like the signals sent to the Discord as well, man.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's sick. It's nice having that kind of head start on it, and being notified that something's going on. So
So walk us through that, though. So we have a Discord channel, and then what happens in the Discord channel?
So if there is an incoming trade, like keep your eyes peeled, it paints a signal, and everything's looking good. It will actually send that signal to the Discord channel.
Okay.
And if you turn on the notifications for that, you'll actually get notified on your phone of an incoming trade, which is sweet.
So just for the sake of showing you guys this. Win, loss, win, 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 loss at 11 o'clock. Win, 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 win. We're back now a couple days. A loss 3:05 a.m. A loss at 1:50 a.m. followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 20 wins in between singular losses, which is stupid. Stupid.
So it's safe.
Stupid.
It's safe to
crazy
say
good.
then if I followed that indicator, I'd be looking pretty good.
Yeah.
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 Some
Safe
would
to
say.
say.
It's safe to
Safe
say.
to say, allegedly.
So as far as like P&L goes, I'll be the first to admit I did not trade the indicator live very much this week. Outside of we have a daily live show called Live Trading Arena. I was on there 3 times this week.
Mhm.
Outside of that, which was very quick, got into a trade, scalped it, made $100 to $300, got out of the trade. Outside of that, I did not trade live very much, but I think you traded more live with it this week. What kind of results were you seeing with that?
So I was kind of split 50-50 using the signal with that. I mean, in total this week I had about 10K profit.
Dang.
6K of that is the signal. 4K is my manual trading, just using more advanced strategy, looking at NAS.
Mm-hmm.
Gold alone, 6K.
This week.
This week?
This week.
So I used to work, well, I still work. I used to work really, 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 really hard at this rental car company called Enterprise. And I made $900. Luke can attest to this. When I first started, I think they got better, but when I first started, I was making $900 every 2 weeks. So I was making $450 a week. Luke, can you give us a thumbs up? Switch it over to you. Give us a thumbs up if that's true.
Thumbs up. I can confirm that.
You can confirm that.
And confirm.
So
Can
to
confirm.
make 6K in a week, like I can't even, especially back then, like I couldn't even fathom that. And then we also had, so we had that going on, but we also had the automation. So if anybody doesn't know, we have the ability to automate this in a way where it will just take the trades for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a broker like Trade Evade or Ninja Trader or Tasty Trade, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
like you can take that signal and automatically shoot it over to your broker with a stop loss to take profit and soon to be a trailing stop. So I woke up today with like $500 in profit, which was stupid. Yesterday I made $700. This is overnight, not the whole day, just from the time I went to bed at like 10 until maybe 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I was waking up to north of $500 like the last couple of days, which is, again, like making $450 a week. In the time that I slept, that 6 to 8 hours that I slept, I was making the same amount of money in an evening that I was working for an entire week. And again, Luke can attest, like that was not an easy job. I want you guys to picture this. You guys know like that Star Wars scene where like he's got to cut open that animal and get inside because of how cold it was? The snow?
Han Solo, baby.
Han Solo? That's Montana. And Luke, we didn't have any like covering over our cars, did we, up at the airport?
No, we did not.
No, we did not.
We did
So-
not. No covering.
Making $450 a week, like we would literally, you worked at the airport, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah. We would literally go out at like, before it was even light out, and like be shoveling snow off of cars and like, etc., shoveling a path to make $450 a week, and I'm making that overnight right now.
Without doing anything.
I mean, I was sleeping,
You're sleeping. That's hard work.
Sleeping's hard, man.
dude.
So I just did the math. I was a construction inspector in California, and some of the jobs that I would be on were prevailing wage. Anybody who's been in that field knows what I'm
The
talking
heck
about.
is that?
It's a government wage. They set it based on parameters.
Freaking government.
Yeah, whatever.
Man.
But anyways, it was $83 an hour.
Mhm.
So at the end of the week, the math on that was about $3,500.
Mm-hmm.
So at 6K over 40 hours is $150 an hour.
Dang, dude.
It's a good hourly
That's a
wage,
good
man.
hourly wage. And did you work 40 hours?
I didn't even work close to 40 hours.
There you have it.
No. I did,
It was
definitely-
closer to 4,
I'm done.
maybe 5.
Enough said.
So yeah, I mean, so again, like we'll kind of see what today's numbers look like. I think we're up $600-700, or at least on my account. I know you've got some different accounts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jason will soon have some different accounts
Yep.
on there, but
Yep.
I think we're probably closer to, just from Wednesday, Thursday, and today, up 35% cash on cash ROI, at least on my account.
Mm-hmm.
I know yours was, we were testing some different stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
like, that's unreal. So I mean,
It's
like,
been a good week.
we should be up just from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We should be up almost $2,000 in positive cash. Now that's on a $5,000 account.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody was doing a $2,500 account, they would be up almost 70% on a $2,500 account, just from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
$1,000 account, you've tripled your account.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
can you imagine tripling? I mean, and that's just, now you can do what? So like, once you've made more money, you can add more.
Top position size.
You can add more contracts.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if it took you a week to triple an account, and then like let's say coming into next week you go from, let's say 2 contracts to 4,
Mhm.
now you're doing that even faster. Then you can go from 4 to 8.
Mhm.
Like this thing really can snowball
In a big way.
in a big way, and that's not necessarily increasing the risk because we're winning 9 out of 10 trades. You know,
Mm-hmm.
8.5, 9, etc. You know, like roughly 85 to 90% is about what we're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple settings I've showed you guys that are winning like 92%.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
Oh, where do I sign? No, I'm gonna put $1,000 into it today. Or, actually, I think I might wait till Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna put $1,000 into the Automate for sure. I believe
Well,
wholeheartedly.
you got to give me
that-
$1,000.
Yeah, I believe wholeheartedly it's gonna work. I mean, I can see it
Oh, it's
every
working?
single. Yeah, I
Oh,
can
it's
see it
working.
every day.
Last
Yeah.
night alone for my automated did $1,000.
It's
Jeez.
yeah, it's that's where it's at.
Where? Okay, so I mean, like I know somebody's gonna jump in here at some point and say, "What about?" So like, let's look at the downside. Now we haven't seen this so far, but what are the potential negatives? Like what could happen? Let's say Jason throws $1,000 in this thing next week. What's the potential? Is he gonna blow? Is he gonna lose $1,000? Like, I mean, like, is it risky? Like,
And there's always risk associated with investing, trading of any kind, but the purpose of having a strategy like this is to have a risk to reward ratio in
what was that?
alignment. I know. I
Sober
stumbled
up.
away. Risk to reward. This is only my 12th.
Literally your first.
Risk to reward. Oh my God. Now you just said
RR. Just say
RR
Say
in alignment
reward to risk.
with your win percentage that you can have losses and not blow an account. And if you are in a place where, let me take a step back. The only way I can see you blowing an account with this right now is if you just aren't listening to the recommendations.
What's the recommendation? Like,
On
what do you
gold-
mean by that?
Gold specifically, where we're seeing the 85 to 90% win rate is with a 50 tick stop loss, 25 tick take profit.
So somebody could go rogue, right?
Anybody can go rogue.
That guy can go rogue.
I go rogue.
Yep.
Every time I go rogue, every time I deviate from the rules, I lose the trade. Every time.
It's crazy how
It's
nature do that.
It's
huh?
crazy how that's a reality.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's almost like
It's
sticking
almost
to the
like it
rules
works.
helps you win.
It's almost like it works.
But it sounds like we got some questions coming in. And guys, keep them rolling. We want to hear your questions.
Yes.
But I think there's a place before we get to the questions. I think there's like a time and a place to go rogue, and I think we need some sort of an outlet to do that.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Like
Demo trading.
Yep.
I like to I like having cash in an account I can trade.
Mhm.
Like, I do like that,
Mhm.
and I do pretty well with it. But like that's like my creative like. I think that this is gonna happen based on the past year plus of trading, and I think that's cool. And I think like that's something where you can go in and just do whatever, man. Like 'cause you were telling me like you're like, man, I was crushing it, kind of looking at it and like kind of feeling what was going on with the trade, etc. And I was doing really well with that. And I think there's like a really cool place for that, and I love that about like my cash accounts because
Mhm.
it allows me to do that.
Yeah, but it's not sustainable.
But in the same breath, I very much know that that's what that is for.
Mhm.
Like I like this is like he's got a couple grand in it. If I mess it up, I know that I messed it up. Versus like an automation or even like just using the indicator to manually trade. It's like that's not the place for that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But I think both of them like are. I think it's needed. Like we're creative. You know, like we like to express that. Like we like to
Yeah.
build. Just do
Try
crazy-
new things.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think there's a place for that.
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of a question we got over there, Mr. Anderson?
Yes. There is a question from John. He says, so, can you guys talk about how the automation came about? What inspired it? What were the difficulties with testing it and refining the process?
Oh, he's trying to get the juice.
Whew. Yeah. So a little bit of a backstory. Myself and one of our, I'd call him our lead developer, Carl, were middle of the night. We were just hanging out, talking. We were going through some different stuff. We were kind of building some stuff, and I kind of had this like God moment. It was like this like. I won't say it was a vision because it wasn't like that serious, but it was like this like epiphany of like, whoa, dude, like what if we just took this type of trade in this type of manner? We were looking at TradingView, and that's kind of where this thing called Jira came out. I'm not gonna take my shirt off, but I actually have a tattoo of Jehovah Jireh on my nipples.
Nicely done.
Well, on my chest.
Yeah,
On my
yeah.
chest. But what that means is it means my provider. So
Yeah.
Jehovah Jireh means God my provider, and this strategy was like providing and like just crushing it. So Jira plus one of our first strategies, which was called
Vast.
volume and scalping technique, which is vast. I kind of took these recently and I said like let's merge these, but I want to use AI because I've heard so much about it. You know, like if you haven't watched The Terminator, like then don't trust it. But I wanted to. This was a couple weekends ago. I wanted to use AI and just say, look at this and make it better. How could I make this better? How could I make this more sustainable? How could I make this thing just like absolutely crush it and dominate it?
Yep.
And I spent about probably in total like 30-ish hours on AI, taking Jira and Vast and putting it together into this same idea, but it really was more of a scalping type of a scenario versus like more of a longer trade. So that's kind of how it came about, and like what makes it so special is it is testing and it is checking multiple confluences before taking a trade. That will not be 100% win rate, like that's impossible, but we are seeing between 85 and the highest I've seen is 92% win rate, right? So I don't know, what was the question? Like that's how it came about, and then like is that what makes it special?
Yeah. What inspired it, which you already talked about? What were some of
Jehovah.
the difficulties?
Difficulties would be, I'll be honest with you, like the most difficult part was working with like ChatGPT and AI.
Redo.
Well, just, yeah, like another error, take a picture of it, send it to, I call her Amber, my ChatGPT girlfriend. I recently switched the voice to a guy and I don't like that. I'm like, this is weird now. But yeah, just like that was the most difficult part, was like something like TradingView getting an error and then having to send that back to, because I'm not a coder,
Mhm.
sending it back to ChatGPT saying, hey, there's an error, look at the picture.
So is that back and forth?
Yeah, and out of the 30 hours, that was probably 10, you know?
I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last epiphany before this thing was actually launched was the EMA.
Yeah.
And we were standing right over there by the screens when it hit you.
Mhm.
And then you went and jumped in on your computer. And
Shoot
next
dang.
thing, and then the next thing I knew, we were selling it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
People
that was
were
awesome to
winning.
see.
Well,
I
it's
wish
not-
you guys could see like how this stuff comes about, man.
It's not difficult, especially when you have the framework. Like I said, we had Jira, we had you need a chair over there, Luke.
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Pull up a chair and
Just
sit on the
stretching.
floor.
We had Jira, we had Vast. You know, we'd been trading manually for north of a year, so it wasn't that difficult to like put it together. Like once we added in like more confluences and like more certainty, and then visually on the screen showing people like there's only 1 out of 3 confluences because there's one fire emoji out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 out of 3. Okay, now there's 3 out of 3, and it says get ready, keep your eyes peeled. We're about to take a trade, And being able to see that visually and like aesthetically on the screen, I think is what's making the difference for people. Because
Mhm.
before, they kind of had to like
Do a little
do-
bit of the work on
do
their
more
own.
work, and people don't like to do work apparently. Did it work?
For those people that are relatively new, you said it a couple of times, but what does scalping actually mean? What type of trading style is that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different styles. Which camera is this? Luke, can you crop that one a little bit more, just on the iPad? It's getting like half of my head, and we need full head,
Full visual.
full visual of my head. We can edit that out, right? Wait, this is live? Interesting. So there's different styles of trading. There is swing trading, which is like the big moves in the market. You'll see maybe one or two a month, if not like one or two a quarter, like the big moves. That is normally the institutions coming in and like just manipulating and like
Ruin everybody's day.
yeah, like hey, we've done this enough. Like I like look at it like a slow, like lazy river. It kind of does this, and then it slowly does that. So that's like the daily, monthly, weekly type of
Trading
swing
style.
trading. And then you have like what would be called like a day trader, which is you are taking trades within a 24-hour period, or up until 5 o'clock Eastern. It's considered a day trader. A scalper is often like a lot shorter of a time frame. Like think of like the minute, 30-second, even the 5-minute. We use the 5-minute on gold, and we call it the underground scalper, but it's truly a mix between like intraday day trading and scalping. It's kind of, some of them are very quick, one candle. Some of them are like seconds, like but some of them we'll see go more like 20, 30, 40 minutes an hour. But scalping's quick, man. It's meant to, and we're taking probably between 15 and 20 trades a day. A lot of those are happening overnight. That's why we're waking up to 500 to, I think you said $1,000 like overnight. A lot of those are happening overnight. We have the Asia session, we have the London session, coming into the New York session, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I would say like 10 to 15 trades a day, or 10 to 20 trades a day. That's more of like an intraday day trading versus like a scalping. A scalper might take 100 trades.
Okay, so it's scalping's like getting in and getting out quick.
Ideally.
Ideally.
Yep.
Trying to stay in the trade as
Yep.
least amount of time as possible.
Well, and how our confluences work, it's like there's going to be 3 different indications that the market is going to make a reversal. So in case you guys don't know, there's different ways of trading. One of them is you go with the trend. One of them is you go against the trend. Ours is really built to go against the trend.
Trend break.
We're looking for the trend break. We're looking for either the pullback or the reversal, and that is what has really, because it's gonna happen.
that's
Nothing
where
can
the
ever go
volume
up
is.
all the way the whole day. Nothing can ever go down all the way the whole day. There's going to be at least at minimum a pullback, and we found that to be typically 25 ticks on gold, kind of 25 to 50.
Is where you're going to hit that pullback.
Nasdaq's going to have a different pullback. ES is going to have a different pullback. But there's always going to be some sort of a cooling off period before it continues up or continues down. So that is what we're capturing. Now we have other tools, and we're going to be launching some other stuff here very soon. That entire move up will be captured. The entire move down will be captured. You guys see that, or am I tripping?
A
We got flies in here, man. We got flies. They're attracted to light.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
It does. Makes a lot of sense.
That was my 15-minute answer to a
Yeah.
2-second.
I think from what I've seen as far as like the scalper on a 5-minute chart, I mean, typically on average, any trades open for around 20 to 30 minutes in a bracket order. Can you explain, I know a lot of our members right now, a lot of people that want to get into trading for extra income, they've got busy schedules.
Yeah.
How, with a busy schedule, 9 to 5 work, can they hop into something like this and still be profitable? How do they place those trades at their job?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There are, you gotta understand, you can make money, we're open 23 hours a day. You can make money in any 23 of those hours, So somebody that works a 9 to 5, you can trade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Somebody that works like a lot of people work early in the morning, like they have to be at work by like 7, so they're going to be getting up at like 5 or 6. Well, that's like prime time. A lot of people are doing things like on their lunch break. We have an entire group of people in our community that like trades in their lunch break. You know, there's like a pocket of volume during these times, so you really can do that whenever. But one of the things that's really cool about the automation is like let that
Work for it.
daggone thing run in the background, and then when you have time, you can manage that trade.
Even if you have to start there.
Mhm.
I mean, again, like you could make $500 to $1,000 a day is what we've seen so far.
Passively.
Passively.
Without having to push a button.
But the cool thing is like we have some really good training on what we call trailing, like a TSL, trailing stop loss. Well, we have the training in place for people that like, let's say that they do have an hour, and they're on their lunch break. They say, hey, we're in a trade, we're in a short, and I'm going to try to use this hour to maximize profit. Well, they could trail that and make, instead of 25 ticks, they could make 100 ticks.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So there is that opportunity to maximize when you do have time,
Right.
Mhm.
you know?
Yep.
There's two approaches here. You can either serve trading or trading can serve you. I like it to serve me, meaning you're a slave to it or it's a slave to you. I would rather it be a slave to me, and I say, look, slave, I want you to do
Listen
this.
here, peasant.
I want you to do this all night while I'm sleeping, you know, like the whole gig.
Mhm.
And then if I feel like it, I will step in. But in order to do that, you have to have what?
Discipline?
You have to be awake.
I'm not sure where you're going.
Well, we got plenty of time. I mean, if you have confidence in it.
Confidence.
You can do that.
Yep, that's a good one.
So what we've done is, especially on the indicator, is we've built in a back test of 100 trades that will show you the win and loss rate based on ticks.
Built in.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So you never have to guess, and you never have to even go back. Imagine how long it would take you to go back 100 trades.
Mm.
A long time.
This does it for you, so that data is where the confidence comes from, and you can say, yes, this data works, and like this 25, 50 tick works.
Yep.
I'm gonna run it at this overnight or during the day because I'm working, because I trade at night, but I can't trade during the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's where this thing can now be a tool to serve you versus you serving the tool. A lot of people are serving the wrong master, you know,
Mhm.
whether it be a job or a commitment or just like the grind of, if I don't work freaking
This and
30
that.
hours or 40 hours, I'm not going to make money. This kind of takes that chain and kind of breaks it. Chain break.
It's crucial, man.
Yeah.
It's crucial. I know that's the whole reason why I'm doing this, is to break that chain.
Yeah.
You know, and the only responsibility
Does that
on
mean
my
you're
part
gonna-
is to follow the rules.
Are you going to quit
No.
when you start making when you make it big? Are you going to quit, bro?
No. See, I took this agreement under the obligation that I have to pass along any blessings that I get, that I'm giving. So I'm in it.
Good question from Robin. Where do we find that back test? So it's already on the indicator. So if you remove it from your trading view, like exit out of all the indicators, then if you add it back onto your screen, it should be updated for you. If not, there's like where the indicator name is, there's like a little purple circle looking thing which will say update. But it is on there now. We added that
Earlier
2
this
days
week.
ago.
yeah, a couple days ago. And again, just like, I'm selfishly building stuff for me to help me trade better. And as a byproduct, like the whole community, like 800
Gets to come along for the ride.
people in the community of some sort, you know, like, it's like I'm just building things that are helping me. And like,
Mhm.
it's honestly, it's kind of rising tide, everybody else
Yep.
up with it.
That's
But
the beauty of
good,
it.
good question. What are the-
And to figure out that back test, you click on the settings up on the indicator bar, and then you type in the numbers that you want to see, and then it'll generate the results over on that other block on
Exactly.
the screen. So
Very
that's the way to do
user-friendly.
it. Yeah.
Very, yeah. So, why do we do everything in ticks? Why not dollar amount or something else?
Psychology.
What do you mean?
I mean, the biggest pitfall that I see with new traders isn't lack of strategy or anything else on, you know, charting, anything like that. It's
Greed.
themselves.
Agreed.
It's their greed hopping into it, their lack of discipline, and taking away that one factor of, hey, I entered this trade and oh no, now I'm panicking. It's gone up or gone down, you know, $20, $100, $500, whatever that is. Let me exit out of this instead of having confidence in my strategy to let it play out.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, oh, I got into this trade. I'm one tick away from my take profit. Let me just let this greed take over and expect a runner. Let me expect, you know, 50 more ticks, 100 more ticks, and don't take advantage of what the market's giving you. That sends a lot of people backwards and
Yep.
really ends up blowing a lot of people's accounts.
100%. I
Absolutely.
think there's another reason that yours was really good, but it was wrong. No, you're completely right. But there's another reason. So let's say that we did everything based on dollar amounts, and Jason comes in and says, on that trade I made $9,000, and you only made 50, but it was the exact same tick movement. You are psychologically going to say, well, I'm not as good as Jason. It was the exact same trade, but maybe he used
Bigger lot size.
10
400 contracts,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
So to even it out and to really even out the psychological standpoint, it's like, no, dude, like I made 55 ticks. Well, take dollar amounts out of your mind.
Yeah.
Yes, no matter where you're at as far as contracts go, that is where it's at. So we do this based on ticks in the back test and in the settings because we want people to see that. Because if you did it on dollars, yours might be completely different than his. He might need 200 ticks to match what you need in 20 ticks, depending on the contract size. So that is not consistent. That is not, you can't compare that apples to apples. So we've moved away as a community from doing dollar amount because it's not, here's another thing. Let's say you make 100 and he makes 500. And you had a way better trade because you did 100 ticks and he only did 20. You had a better trade. You made less money versus him. So he thought he did better, but you actually had a better trade technically because you had a bigger movement in ticks. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
And I know it's like for a new guy coming in, just starting to trade, seeing dollar amounts as the factor, as the point of what I'm doing, it automatic, like for me personally, and I'm sure like because money is an issue, but it automatically makes the trading the master, because I'm coming into it chasing that dollar sign, that dollar amount. So I've already given over my power to it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? If I see it in ticks, then I'm not registering psychologically that I'm chasing that dollar amount.
Exactly.
So this way it doesn't become my master. So it is a psychological approach as far as that goes, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up.
We'll probably end with this one unless anyone else has questions. But John Thomas, great question, dude. What does the mid to long term vision for the project look like? What's the heaviest lift for the team right now? So the vision hasn't changed. Like we've been doing this for a long time. Me and Luke have been doing this for 10 plus years. You know, like in different ways. But our goal is to provide tools for people to get free. Like we want to build things that not only get us free, like because we're all pursuing that, but like we have a whole community of people that we want to get financially free. So like that is the mid to long term, is to not only build but refine the tools that we have. Like I consider the Scalper a refinement of Jira and Vast. You know, and I even on the automation side, I think this is a refinement of our automations as well. But what the heaviest lift for the team has been, and that's a good question. I would say just
Seeing it click for our members.
yeah, seeing it click, evolving with not only technology but with the market. What I mean by that is like the market right now in 2025 is radically different than the market in 2024. So some of what we built for that worked really well in 2024, 2023, 2022, 2025 is a different beast. You know.
Yep.
So I
In a
think
big way.
in a big way. This is the great big beautiful beast. What does he say?
The big beautiful bill.
Big beautiful bill.
Big beautiful 2025. The market looks different, is moving different, is acting different than it did last year. So I think our heaviest lift is just adapting with that, you know,
Mhm.
and just like, not that it's difficult, but it's something that's ongoing, you know. And I'll be honest with you, like that's why I did the back test of rolling 100 trades to show the win rate and the loss rate, because now we're not looking at 2024, we're looking at like the last 3 weeks, you know, or 2 weeks even,
Yeah.
you know. So like call it, if we're doing 10 trades in a day, we're looking at 10 days,
Yeah.
right? So that's giving us the most accurate snapshot of those settings
Current market conditions.
versus January. Well,
Mhm.
I mean, when was the president, like an election was what, April? March?
January.
When he was inaugurated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's kind of, it's progressed since then. We have tariffs, we have like different pushback. I'd rather look at that shorter time frame versus like a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 year, because it is different.
Mhm.
What are you guys looking forward to next week? We'll end with this. Jason?
Passing this prop.
Okay.
And though I think, and I'm just going to go back just a second. The hardest thing, the heaviest lift for me, is like not wanting to like force people to use the indicator, because I see it working. You know what I mean? And I see like some people on the fence, you know, and trying to convince somebody to do something that is going to help them, but coming from a like a sales pitch. You know, that's the.
You know the quote, right? A man convinced against his will.
Is of the same opinion still.
Was that?
Is of the same opinion still.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like, and like the only thing I can do is just show results, you know. And like I'm excited for where this is going. I want everybody to get on board, you know, because I want to see everybody succeed. Because I'm a firm believer that the only way we keep these blessings is by giving them away.
Yeah.
And I can't do it alone, you know. We like by myself I'm pretty strong, but together we're unstoppable.
What would you say to somebody that's watching this that's not in the community?
It's time. I mean, if you've been on the fence about it, just hop into the Discord, look at some of the posts, look at some of the action that's going on, and
Uh-oh.
silence your phone when you're in a meeting. But yeah, if you're on the fence, man, and you don't know, you know, which direction to take, just hop in the Discord, look at what some of the guys are doing. We have all the training videos available, and our number one priority is to see you succeed. That's it. That's enough for me. My preaching is done.
What are you most excited about next week?
For me, I'm at a point now where I kind of get to take the next step in the journey. I get to practice a little bit more of what we've been preaching, as far as I'm now, you know, actively getting payouts, earning quite a bit more from the trading, and I can roll those funds into stuff like Automate.
Yeah.
Start building more of my passive income where, you know, I'm not too far off from being able to just cover my bills from passive income. That gets me really excited. Leading the charge there for some of our members who, you know, they're only 2-3 steps behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
That's
exciting.
That's really been the pattern that, and Luke, we talked about this a lot recently, is like the pattern of like generate, automate, etc. and dominate, and you're kind of, you know, you're doing the same thing as are you, but like,
Yep.
guys, we figure stuff out, and then we show people what we figured out. Like that is, people are like, what's your big scheme? I figure stuff out, and then I try to like show other people what I figured out. And right now, like what's working so well is this indicator.
Yep.
What I'm most excited about, what would you say to somebody that's like not in the community before I jump in? And guys, we just posted the Discord link. It's completely free. You guys will see a lot of action in there. So if you're in a boring Discord, which we see all the time,
It's 24/7 going off
this
in there.
is not boring.
Yeah.
But what would you say to somebody that's kind of on the fence about just getting in the Discord?
What do you have to lose? Honestly.
I've spent a lot more money on a lot less useful things. I'll tell you that right now.
You're going to miss out on one episode of whatever you're watching on Netflix for a day to hop in and have the opportunity to actually make the change that I know a lot of you have told me you want.
Yep.
100%. I'm most excited about seeing the results because we're up probably 35% cash on cash ROI as we're ending the day, maybe more because I'm sure there's trades that have closed since we've been on this call. I'm excited to see that move into week 2. We're not far away from 50% cash on cash ROI, completely hands off. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about trading it more live, and then just getting more people. I get so much fulfillment out of seeing other people start to win. So I mean, coming up in the next week, we'll start to get people on it automatically, automating the trades automatically. We'll probably get another 50 people trading it manually next week. That's what gets me fired up.
Yep.
Guys, Discord link is down in the chat. Make sure you check it out. Every Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern, we're going to be on here doing the VIP After Hours chat. Make sure you guys join us. Have a great weekend, and excited to see you guys
Hey,
next week.
really quick, one big win this week. I want to give a shout out to my boy Kenny D.
Kenny D.
Kenny D.
He's been grinding with us for a long time, and in the last week, he just took a 25K payout.
Hey.
Dang. I wonder what that felt like.
I'm assuming pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
You know, whenever I talked to him last night about it, he said he was going to go celebrate a little bit, so
Oh.
Yeah,
excited
and I-
for him.
And I also wanted to say too, it's kind of lonely here on First Friday
Yeah.
on office days.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Oh,
to
yeah.
see some people come in here and trade with us, man.
What the-
I'd like to see what that looks
What
like.
the heck is office days, bro?
If you want to come live trade with us for the entire day, break bread with us, hang out, mess with Josh, mess with me, whatever you want to do, we would love to have you here. If you guys jump in the Discord and you see the excitement in there, you can only imagine what it would be like in real life. Just keep that in mind. We could use it, you could use it. Like I said, man, together we're much stronger.
Eat
Absolutely.
together strong.
Together strong.
Blood and sand.
All right.
Blood and sand.
Blood and sand,
All right,
bros.
Later.
Later.
Have a good week.
Glory and honor.
Gloria.